down in a godlike fucking firestorm on you.
And good afternoon, this is Warp 103 here, and this is my first Armored Warfare replay. What I really like about this game is it actually makes War of the Tanks look stupid in a lot of different ways. As you can see by the mini-map, it actually goes into more detail. As War of the Tanks, most of the time you have to use a mod until just recently. But even then, it's still not completely as good as the way this one is. Okay, and look at the detail about your HP, the things that are damaged and everything else. That again, you need a mod normally in War of Tanks to get those type of things listed. So that's already a couple of good points. Now this tank here in War of Tanks will probably be around a tier 8 or tier 9, whereas in this game here is actually a tier 2. So you can then it's a higher vision. As you can see, I don't even have this on full detail. I have this on medium, and you can actually see the tracks, smoke, the sand ripples, and on War of Tanks I would need that on high to do the same thing that this has on medium low. So that's another thing that's in his favor. Now, I'm only recording this in 720 because I just want to do my first test in 720 before I bump it up to 1080. Okay, and again, you can see it's still clearer to the most part. Other thing that's different than World of Tanks is the environment. Now, this is an actual night map. World of Tanks doesn't have that. Wow, you figure by now they would have came up with something similar, but no. The other thing is there's no RNG in this. I don't have to worry about RNGs so far about everything. Literally, if you point at something and you hit it, it's going to get damaged. Not going to bounce unless it's, well, you know, armor is so crazy thick. And even then, you'd have something happen to show that you actually hit something. What else can I go? Again, I like how the reticle is. It actually follows along. Now, they don't have a replay system, which would make this even easier. So basically, I have to record it in a way that it's not really sufficient. Again, it loses a lot of the detail on the wording, as you can see. But that's coming later. Now, this is a PvE mission. Again, something that World of Tanks doesn't really have. I did try to do a PvE mission, and now that's the one thing I have to note that's very bad with this. I tried for a PvE mission, and it got to about 6 minutes in the wait time, and after that point, I just gave up. So 6 minutes to wait for a battle is, you know, again, regular battle is just not really good. Now, I can see if it was a team battle or something like that, that you had to wait time for the group to get it together, that's fine. So I'm guessing the player base is just not up to World of Tanks. But then again, it's not been out as long, so hopefully it'll get there. Now again, look at the lighting that you see going on. But yet my frames per second is not dropped down to, as some people have called it, slideshows. Now, it happens every now and then when my system bogs down, but even going through with all the elements like the flying specs that you see are going along the stream, it's not affecting my frames per second that much. And again, I have this on medium quality to most things. I got 1 or 2 things on low. So visually, the quality is much better, and it doesn't strain your resources. Or it might be actually better to say this is more optimized than World of Tanks is. Now, again, look through the fire. I went through a fire section and frame per second didn't bog down. Now, usually when I do that, or when I have the fire on World of Tanks, you go past a second and you'll see visually that it most of the time messes up, on, at least on my computer. Now, again, if you have, you know, super intense graphics engine and everything else of that, but my computer is a couple of years old, so yeah, I gotta 2 graphic cards inside of it, so that makes it a little bit better. But I haven't upgraded the main part of the computer at all in the past 3.5 years. So it's due for a memory upgrade, CPU upgrade, the whole shebang. One thing I've redid, of course, is the, but let's look at this. Again, look at the graphics quality of the fire and everything else of that when its tank is hit.
You're almost there. Helicopters are en route to support you. Hostile tank.
So again, I pretty much think this is very, very good. And again, you can see the arrow over the top of the screen to show the direction that you're getting hit from. Now, a lot of people complained about that because, okay, well, War of Tanks, you're using a mod and everything else like that. Well, this is in-game and it has it. Again, you can see the sparks and everything else of that. Doesn't slow down. Now you can see the penetration values and everything else of that. And we've completed the first mission. So, again, look at the graphics for the end of this coming. I mean, the helicopter looks great. It's again in a night battle. Alright. Here come the end plate. Alright, here's the end plate. Okay, and it tells you about the battle results. And, okay, as you can see here, this crazy amount of information that is going to come up in just a second. Let's go to the next screen. Okay, let's pause it here. Now, look at the amount of information that it actually goes through. Not just the enemy kills, damage, potential damage, and actual damage caused. It tells you a lot more detail exactly what you were doing, while you're concealed. So I can actually know when I'm concealed, meaning that I can shoot them and they didn't shoot me like World of Tanks does, how much damage how much damage I'm actually doing on the move. Again, this is a lot of information that is good for you to know, and you can know what you're damaging again, so you can play better. I wish World of Tanks actually implemented information like this, but hey, they don't have it just yet. Again, this is Warp 103, and this is my first video on Armored Warfare. I will be doing more in the future, and probably get you at least once or twice a week. So, warp out.